If you don't remember Beyond Melee, it's a Melee mod that actually was really ahead of its time when it came to the modding scene and how it was affecting Melee as a game. It came out in a time period where no one was really adding characters to Melee's roster like this. It was really something you would expect from a Brawl mod, but not a Melee mod. So when they dropped this trailer out of nowhere and they were showing off characters like Faye and Skull Kid, people were really interested, especially for the fact that not only was this adding on a bunch of new characters, but it was also changing a lot of the old ones too. And then all of a sudden, it was the new mod on the block and everyone was playing it. Even top players were really enjoying it. And then all of a sudden, now it seemingly is dead. Now this video is going to be looking back on the characters that existed in this mod, and it's basically me going on my stream and talking about each and every character and the controversies that this mod had to face and some of the pitfalls that they were kind of self-inflicted on Beyond Melee as far as a mod, as far as how they marketed this thing especially. Some of you might be like, wait, what? How could that even be? Well, you're going to have to stay tuned because it does answer the question on what really went wrong with Beyond Melee and where is it today? Is the mod still being worked on? And also, what were these characters like? So there is a breakdown of how these characters were and my general opinions on them. And it's sort of like a refresher on what this mod was. And it does answer a lot of the questions that you guys probably have. So make sure to stay tuned. And I think the best part of the mod, despite all the flaws you'll probably see with it down the road, the best part is clearly the characters. I think this was the coolest aspect of what this was really bringing to the table. But as you'll see, there is a lot of problems too, and things that didn't really mesh well with a lot of the players in the community. But I do think as far as like what they were doing with the Melee mod at the time, no one was really doing this at all. And in a way, this mod was very similar to Brawl mods of the past, like PM or, you know, Smash Remix or Smash Legacy that did similar things to this. But this mod was also adding their own balance changes and changing the pre-existing characters to change them and make them have different movesets. So you're going to want to stay tuned and see how these characters change because I know you guys like that stuff. Also, if you like the video, make sure to subscribe. It really means a lot to me and you guys are the best. There's a Discord down below if you guys want to join that. A lot of mod creators are in that Discord and they want to share their own mods, or I don't know, you just want like honest content, you like my face, hey, there's a Discord down below. Anyways, thank you guys for watching. Take care. Enjoy the video as I break down each and every character and then talk about the controversies of Beyond Melee. Look out for the streams when they drop. You'll get notifications for that in the Discord too, so thank you. Saturday nights is normally when I stream. I'll break down a lot of mods and also play against a lot of people on there too, so check that stuff out when you see that. So for those who don't know, this came out like probably, I want to say like multiple years ago. They released an update after that, and that update has been the last version, demo 2. They made some marketing decisions that kind of shot themselves in the foot as far as like marketing a mod like to your target audience. And you know, I have a business degree, so I can speak a little bit on that. Long story short, if you make like a trailer and then you're shitting on your target audience low key in it, like people are gonna be like, okay, this better be the best mod possible, because you're basically saying like, oh yeah, we're better than, you know, PM because we don't have Wario. Yo, Phorox, thank you for the membership, man. Thank you, appreciate that. If you guys don't remember in the trailer, and I'll show this in the future, like I'll show this the next time I stream this game, I'll show that. But essentially what they did, why people hated them, why, I wouldn't say they hated them, but there was a target on this mod's back because they essentially like kind of dunked on PM. And I can speak on PM because I've been around the scene, bro. I put an ungodly amount of hours in Project Ness. Which is one of the characters that I have I have a vendetta for this version of Ness in this game. I don't want to like go off a tangent, but like some of the balancing in this mod is like known to be very silly, and it was like advertising itself as like, oh, we're not Project M, we're not doing what PM Wario does in this mod, and they have characters that are like insanely fucking overtuned, and some characters that I think are undertuned. The balance is kind of whack for a mod that was like basically like low-key shading on PM's balancing, which if you want to shade on PM's balancing, that's like a valid argument. Like that's totally warranted. But PM like 3.0 is like completely different to 3.5, and 3.5 is completely different to 3.6, and 3.6 is completely different from P+. So what people would complain about from like a modding standpoint, when in reality PM is like very balanced now. Like Project Plus is like completely, the balancing is like completely fixed all those things that people like complained about, and it took years to get to that point. Like it's not an overnight thing, you know. Yeah, Kirby is a good example of like a character that essentially, you know, was pretty underutilized, I would say, in PM 3.6, and then in Project Plus they that's one of the examples of a character where they made Kirby now really good, or a lot better than what he was, because I know Kirby and Bowser were like bottom 2. I know I'm going off a little bit of a tangent, but Beyond Melee essentially kind of shaded PM's balance, when honestly, bro, their balance is probably one of the strong suits of that mod now. And some people might disagree, but for a mod, it's come a long way. Balancing is probably the most difficult aspect of creating one of these mods. Now, this roster is like very ambitious. There's some silhouettes here. Yoshi didn't make it. There's certain characters that are not here. I'm not sure which each character is, but I can tell that's obviously Yoshi. But there's quite a bit of characters here, and I'll definitely go over all of them. This is kind of just to sink into like what is this mod and what did it do right. Now, initially it came out in a time when melee modding was like not even a thing. Do you guys remember that? Do you guys remember when Melee, and I'm going to play a little bit of like some of the Melee characters before, so you guys kind of know, like most of the Melee characters are pretty much intact. And there's really good like stages in this mod. Like if you look at we got Sprout Tower, we got Smashville, we got Midnight Battlefield. Like bro, they're really good stage mods and character mods for like the time of which like this came out, which was pretty insane. Apologies if my Fox is terrible, but I'm like showing you that like a lot of the Melee characters are here. They're, you know, they're the same. This is, you know, people were asking what is this mod? It's like Melee, but essentially with new characters and like rebalanced existing characters. So that's basically what it is. So a lot of the pre-existing characters like Fox are still exactly the same. They're not that much different, as far as I know. But that's basically the point of the mod, is like, okay, we're kind of don't really change what's already good, I guess. So they might not be like the most exciting characters, but there is like actual changes to the pre-existing characters. Like if we go to Falco actually has some cool changes that I think are worth showing. Like for example, he has like different color lasers, which, you know, I think people are gonna love that, because honestly, bro, it looks great. Like it makes Falco stand out a little bit more. But he's mostly the same exact character outside of that. And you'll notice there's like trails on characters' moves, so it like has like a little bit of a Smash Ultimate trail effect. And this was Melee, bro. This was not PM. This was not like Brawl was not used as like a pre-existing thing. And this mod just like came out of nowhere on the scene, and basically like just kind of was like, holy fuck, what is this? This is a huge project. And I guess they were just like working on it on the background. Bomberfan, thank you for the 5, my brother. Thank you, man. Appreciate that. Real G right there. And by the way, you guys like feel free to tell me your thoughts of the balancing, and like if you want to see certain characters, I got you. This isn't gonna be the only stream I talk about Beyond Melee, because I feel like this is such a big mod. This was like a really big mod for what Melee was getting at the time. Like Melee was not getting this level of like content where like the whole cast is getting changed and new characters and so on and so forth. The trails are awesome. That's why I'm playing like the Melee characters, so you can like kind of see like, okay, the Melee characters were mostly the same, unless they had like some crazy idea for them. Falco, you know, feels just as good. Let's go to Sheik. Again, there might be some changes like here and there to the Melee characters. Yeah, so don't expect like, oh, Sheik is gonna have like, you know, Smash Ultimate style moveset. It's, yeah, very much Melee styled Sheik. Yeah. Still got this glorious move, my favorite move of all time. But you will notice that there's actually quite a few changes to a lot of the other characters, like Mario, for example, and Dr. Mario, lots of changes. Some characters got changed more than others. So, like, Captain Falcon, mostly the same exact character. Hey, what's up, Monty? We're going Beyond Melee with this one. Yeah. I decided I wanted to do a Beyond Melee style video. That's why the music's off, guys. Like, Falcon... Melee Falcon is here, you know. They didn't go crazy with him with that, you know, completely change his moveset. Oh, you got a lot going on? Dude, they killed MetaKnight in this mod? Oh yeah. So there is characters, new characters, like, you know. That was what initially got people in this mod, were these characters here, right? And I definitely, like, they deserve, like, their own attention, because they're probably the best part about this mod, low-key. Yeah, I'll show them later. These are, like, the high point of the mod. If you want, like, a TLDR, like, the best part of the mod is the new characters. While I don't like the balance of a lot of the characters they changed, Ness being one of them. I think Ness was balanced like shit. Now I get it. This was demo 2. Like, it's called demo 2, right? But this is all we kind of have to, like, look at, you know, what they did for these characters. You know, Pichu's changed quite a bit. Like, we know Fox and Falco and Captain Falcon. You're not gonna change those fucking things, right? But I'm curious. Did the Mewtwo Puff? Yo, what's up, Miko? Just got back from Super Nintendo World. Nice. Did they make Ness broken? No, I just did not like the way he was. I don't like what they did to him, honestly. Yo, Bomberfan is a member. Let's fucking go, man. I appreciate that, Bomberfan. Let's go. Appreciate that, man. You always have been a real one, Bomberfan. Appreciate that, man. So it looks so far that Puff is mostly the same against... I might not know, like, I'm not on the balance team, so I don't know, like, the small... Like, oh, we did this to this move, you know, on front end too. Looks mostly the same. How have you been? Dude, I've been good. My birthday was last week. I went to a casino. I didn't gamble because I don't gamble. It's not in my soul, guys. But my friend won like $1,000. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, I feel like I should get residuals from that. You are quality content. Yes, you are, Bomberfan. But for real, my friend won $1,000 in craps, and I just kind of stood there. And she was like, yeah, the birthday magic. And I was like, it's not your birthday, it was my birthday, damn it. Give me a fucking percentage. I watch Rest like explode or something. I'm not even gonna know. Crazy to think that last time I saw you, you were a year younger. I know, bro. There's a lot of things. I didn't stream last week, so it's like it's a little different now. I'm a little different. I'm built different. Did down smash get nerfs? That's usually what mods do, possibly. Maybe it did. I can't really tell. I can never be too certain with this. I wouldn't be surprised if down smash does get nerfed, but you never know. Peach's moveset doesn't have like anything crazy. Oh wait, there's a different umbrella. That's cool. They were shitting on PM, yeah. Which is kind of ironic because they had PM stuff in the mod, which is besides the point. Yeah, there was like PM stages, some stage assets that, you know, there was some like assets that they didn't ask for permission for, which I don't know. I just think people were like, once they shit on PM, people were like, okay, we're gonna fucking scan your entire mod and find shit. You know, that's basically what it was. Where I feel like if they didn't bring the heat on them, people probably would not have cared. They could have dodged that if I just think they mentioned like the thing about being like better than PM in the trailer, basically having smarter like balance ideas and stuff, and that kind of like made people, I think, want to just be like, all right, we're gonna look for shit all over this and da da da, and I think Roy's moveset had to be changed because of that. There was like some PM Roy stuff that was edited out. Which, you know, again, if they didn't bring the heat on them, I don't think most people would have. Oh, they removed Peach's RNG. I expected some small stuff like that. I wouldn't be surprised if down smash is nerfed as well, because I know people just hate that. You never know if they're like, oh, rest is like a completely different move. Okay. Oh, okay, rest is different. Rest, okay. It's weaker, but it doesn't... Okay, so yeah, never mind. There is quite a bit of changes to some of the characters. Rest is weaker, but it doesn't make her fall asleep. It's like a custom move in Smash 4. Interesting. It doesn't leave her asleep as long, but it's probably maybe a little bit weaker. Yeah, still got back air. A lot of times people like to change back air. Bowser's still there. Still got no air. Down air. PP. That's Thunder. Thunder is strong. So this Thunder, it looks like it has less lag on it. Okay, interesting. Hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, if you guys are just coming through, there's a Discord down below. If you guys want to join that, I appreciate that. If you're here in the live streams, you should be in the... You get notifications. Your melee main. Did you play Pika in this game? A lot of people played Pichu, because Pichu is one of the ones that got changed the most. I think the Thunder change is probably I think Thunder has less lag. Yeah, it definitely does. That's so much faster. I'm used to Thunder being like complete ass. Yeah, a lot of people named Wolf. You play Vanilla Pika? Pika, yeah, Pika, or sorry, Pichu was definitely changed. I don't think Kirby was ready yet. There's a lot of characters that just weren't ready at this point. They made it that spammable, yeah. Well, they kind of were a little more loose on a lot of this stuff, guys.
Ready? Go!
Okay, Samus. Yeah, so the Mario Brothers were the characters that people loved the most. I remember I was playing them. They were like probably a lot of people's favorite because they were like extremely good. Did any of you guys main Doc or Mario in this game? Because they were very, very easy to play. Which, you know, maybe that's good. I would say, you know, if you make the Mario Brothers really fun, you know, good job. But Zelda as well was extremely good. I think Zelda was one of the best characters. Which is funny how, like, kind of fast and free some of the characters' bouncing was. Oh, there's a new up smash for Samus. That's pretty cool. Monty, you like this up smash? It's mostly the same type of Samus. I'm just seeing like okay, down throw, down air. Up air is the same. People will change little moves here and there. I dread that up smash. Oh, it's straight from Dread, that's why, yeah. Can she shoot charge shot without going in free fall? I think so. Yeah, that's good. That would put her in free fall after. Does not anymore, thank God. Samus, like, you know, she feels deuce. She feels deuce. Always hated that free fall. It was completely unnecessary. I think DK has it too. If they fixed it, so that's good. I can't imagine like DK needing many changes because I remember this was. Oh wow, shit. This is like the time when DK was getting figured out. Okay, so you can dash attack off platform because that's a very solid move. Ooh. DK be rolling, bro. He be rolling. Hopefully you guys are doing well. Monty, I'm looking forward to Beyond Melee. Or not Beyond Melee, cheat. Rex. I'm looking forward to Rex, man. I probably, like, I'm thinking some of the streams I'm gonna dedicate to mods. Like, maybe even outside of Smash. So if you guys like that type of stuff, like maybe an Animal Crossing mod here and there, or whatever. Pokemon. Just to kind of talk about them, and I think this mod has so much history with it. Like, there will be multiple streams for this mod, I think. Ooh. And then I'm gonna cut it up for a video. Yeah, he feels good. Let's do this. Yeah. Okay, so they fixed that. Thank you for doing that. I'm gonna die though. DK doesn't have a good recovery like that. But I do like that. Oh, this doesn't put him in. This does not put him down in the ground. See down B. Down B has a lot less lag. I'm pretty sure you can play. You can play this on NetPlayer. Yeah, that's true. That's true. I definitely did, man. But this is kind of I think in future streams I could do that, but this is just kind of, oh wow, the fucking AI typed that. This is kind of just like this is Beyond Melee. Like we're gonna just kind of dip our toes into the water. If that, the next time I stream Beyond Melee, it will be talking about the drama. And then, like, I don't know how many, if we'll be able to like show every character in this one, but we can do that next time as well too. Ooh! But I do like some of them. You notice how they're not changed that much, and they kind of just like feel natural enough, and you're like, all right, that's cool. Like, I feel that way about DK. You know, dash attack makes sense. I think Link is another character that's on the smaller end of changes. We're just kind of building up. So we're building up. We're starting on the ones that I know are like a little bit smaller. Oh, this was the one that wasn't there like drama because they were using assets. I love this stage, by the way. I think this was one where they didn't have permission to use, and they used it anyways, I think. Correct me if I'm wrong. The thing is, though, I love this fucking stage, so you can't like, I would try to hash that out, you know? I love this. This is from Coliseum. The trails on Link look great. Look at that. And those probably, I wonder if they correlate with different skins. Yeah, Link, I think it just has a little bit lag in this. Look at that. I love the trails there. Whee! But you see how like Link isn't that much different. Like if you play Link in Melee, you'll probably just like naturally just kind of like him there. Yeah, dude. There's like a certain oomph to the way he plays in this game, because he's like really heavy. He's extremely heavy in Melee. He's a lot. I think he's faster in this game. Feels really good. I think, again, similar to DK, Link has like just the lag fixes on his moves. That's like ultimate, I think. Oh. You see how like the final hit like killed them like that? It linked perfectly. I think that was from like Ultimate Toon Link or Young Link. I might be wrong. I don't remember if it did that consistently in Melee. Young Link, I think, was similar. This is demo too. Yeah, this was the final. This was the last version. Real knockback. Real knockback and speed, indeed. If you guys are just coming through, by the way, make sure to like the stream. You guys get to keep it. It's all yours. Oh, wow. Okay, so Young Link has a different photo. Okay, we're starting to get into some different territory here. That's very different. This is... Looks like a meteors? On a certain... Looks maybe close up. Meteor, yeah. So a meteor's on the inside of it. Yep, you got the ultimate finisher though. Well, his bombs definitely come out at a different angle. Now, why is this good? Is I think he's gonna finish. He can finish people off easier. When you guys see like the angle. Oh yeah. There's a lot less lag on his moveset. I think spamming with him would be really good in this. Oh, that's a new forward smash. How do you guys feel about that? I've actually never seen that. I don't play... Okay, one hit for up smash. That's a really cool... Okay, boomerang into that. That's pretty good. Dash attack kills. Back air is new. They put in a lot of like little quirks into that. He uses his shield bash. For those who don't know, the back air originally is like... It's basically like a multi-kick move, but now it's like a strong single hit. That was in 64? Really? I don't remember Link having that. You might be right. Link was pretty bad on 64. I like that a lot. Oh, look how that is a quick up D. Okay, it's a big grinder. I like what they did to Young Link here. I think a lot of the clone characters they did the best with, in my opinion.
Survival.
Not every single one, but like I think certain outliers. Oh yeah, there's also Ganon.
Door.
Ganon. You gotta change Ganon. It's like law. You have to change Ganon's goofy ass. Because no one likes him. No one likes him because, you know, he's kind of goofy. Okay, I was expecting him to have like a sword. Doesn't look like he does. But he does have some different moves. That's a new up smash. I think that's an interesting move. It kind of looks like Samus's up smash. Up tilt is a lot faster. Can confirm off that. Back air is the same. Side D, still the same. Does he have new forward smash now with a lunge? Sludge Warlock Punch. Did it change his run animation? Did it always look like that? It might have tweaked that. I remember he did have like really consistent like combos in this game, like down throw, and I mean down throw was always a good throw for him. Forward tilt, down throw. Oh. Mostly the same dwarf though. I forgot Marth. Marth. It always looked like that? His run always looked like that? How dare Melee do that? I don't think Marth got any changes because why would you change Marth? It's like one of the most iconic Melee characters. Yeah, well, we can do Bowser next. I was gonna do like Doc or Mario, but yeah, fuck it. It's a Mario character. Beyond Melee ended. Basically, I'll talk about this in a future stream too, because I'm gonna stream this like multiple times. There's so much stuff in this mod, but I'm gonna cover it for multiple streams. Yeah, that it basically disbanded. Like most of the people are done, but there is one guy who wants to continue with it. Like he wants to continue with the mod. So take that for what it is. Like one person kind of wants to continue, but a lot of the other ones don't. So you know. Could neither be, a good thing or maybe be a bad thing. Really depends on what's expected, I guess. But I think Martha's pretty much the same. Ooh, okay. This is where it starts to get a little more interesting. So that was kind of like the tip of the iceberg as far as like, all right, a lot of, small stuff here and there. And then you get to, like, Bowser. The characters start getting a lot better at this point. They're like, they're crazy amounts of changes to them. Bowser is basically, like, if we made Melee Bowser, like, I don't know, it's arguable, like, where he would be tier list-wise, but he's a lot better than the original versions in Melee, where he's like, one of the worst characters in the game. So he is a lot faster. He's like a tank, but he's like a lot less lag on his moves. Ooh. And it's not like PM. I don't think they gave him like crazy amounts of armor or anything like that, but the version of the character in this game is basically a little more limp, like just fast. There's also a fireball. It's not like PM where, it's like the same size. I think we have to wait for it to appear. Yeah, upper is strong. He's just like a beefy character. Still have Melee, Koopa Claw, and now you can see I have a full charge Fireball. And that kills. Where's Kirby? Kirby did not make the roster. Not every character is in this. I think they were like teasing certain characters, like Yoshi is on the character select stream, but he's like darked out. So, oh yeah, I forgot about that. I was like, where's the new move? Yeah, that's a new move. So that's down air. That move is really well animated. Whew. Really cool move. Yeah, that's down air. That's down air. Yeah, it's
Survival.
I almost want to just play him again real quick, just to kind of show what you're dealing with here.
Ready?
So a lot of the same moves are here, but it's just a lot better. And honestly, I really love to see stuff like this. I like to see that. So far, I'm like, okay, all right, fine. It's promising. He's actually pretty fun. I mean, you'll notice he has a lot less lag. You forgot how disgusting he looks in Melee? He kind of does. Wow. Oh, yeah, it is a little monkey looking. But the fireball thing is insane.
Survival.
Okay. I think we showed Doc. Where are the Kirby stages? There's some net play versions of stages down here, yeah. There's probably like a Kirby version of Dreamland. Oh, there's Wasteland Dreamland. Did they change the jump squats? I think they definitely did. I mean, his jump squat melee is abhorrent. Like, he has the worst jump squat in melee. So, Doc and Mario are like, they're actually probably one of the more popular characters. They are a lot cleaner in this game. I think a lot of you in chat probably named one of these characters. Fireball or Kill does a lot of knockback for Mario. Or Doc, sorry. I got pineappled. He is still really strong, but he has a better recovery, so you're not gonna like kind of deal with one of the flaws of Doc having like a pretty poor recovery. Like, he feels buttery smooth on stage. Like, both him and Mario feel amazing. Just strong and like very fundamental characters. I think, you know, they were probably some of the more popular characters in the game. Beyond Melee becomes Beyond Dead. New down air from Doc. This was really cool. Wah! Fear the Doc. Did you guys main Doc? Because look at the pill knockout. Like, holy fuck, that would be annoying. It like knocks you in place too a little bit. Which I'm like, okay, that's interesting, I guess. But that's why these characters were like seen as like very fucking good. Because you're like, okay, Mario and Doc are like mid-tier characters. Look at that back throw. Holy shit, that's ultimate back throw. You've played a lot of way back in the day. Yeah, man. I mean, they were very popular because they were fluidly buttery smooth. And I'll make sure to show Mario too. Mario versus Mario action. Mario on Mario crimes. There was some cool skins too. I didn't really bring that up, but yeah, there's like some cool, like, you know, skins. See, some of the characters, not every character, but let's do Congo Jungle.
Ready?
How did they kill Wispy? Because he sucks.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Mario. I don't think Luigi is in the mod, unfortunately. I know some people were like, man, why isn't Luigi done yet? For those who don't know, Mario's fireball angle is really fucking good. They lowered it, and also they made it a lot faster. So that's why people loved Mario in this game, because he was just like Mario, but with like none of the problems that he like kind of has in Melee. So like his fireball is just a lot better at approaching. You know, if how far it goes, like you have a really solid projectile there. His moves have a lot less lag. So here's his normals. Ooh! And he has a new up smash.
Yeah.
I actually think the up smash is kind of cool. Very beefy attack.
Yeah.
Beefy as in like strong. It's a strong attack. It does kind of look like a little more ultimate inspired, right? You see how like Fireball is like very, I'm sorry, not Fireball, Forward Smash has very little amount of lag.
Yeah.
They probably, you know, I wouldn't be surprised if they nerfed the distance, but I think that his aerial drift is also really good too. They probably buffed that, because I felt like both their recoveries, because of the aerial drifts being better, I think both their recoveries are really good. Oh, is that a new downer? Oh, that's like a edited version of, so it's like some of the same hits, but it looks like it has a different file hit. There we go. Okay. And I also like how forward air has like a fire effect on it.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there was a Mario mod with that up smash? You're saying they stole?
Survival.
No. I mean, mods take a lot of influence from other things, so I would be surprised. But they were really good, man. They were good characters. Let's go to Roy.
Roy. Go.
Oh, I like this stage. This is Pokemon Stadium. Mario's speed and beyond melee makes him amazing. I definitely agree, and his aerial drift. I think Roy was also in a similar umbrella where they had to change his back air, I think, because it used to be PM back air. So, yeah, that's why it is what it is right now. The animation's a little choppy, but Roy backside special. They might have changed side B. Let's. I think the final hit of side B is different. That's also copied from Morph. Does he have the back turn? Let's see. No, he does not have a back turn. That would probably be too similar to PM as well, which would have to, they'd have to credit that idea to PM, I guess. I don't know, maybe not. Who fucking knows? They got caught, like, stealing PM Roy's back here, so. Which, you gotta fix Roy's, like, ass, terrible smash attack, so fuck yeah. Good shit on the mouse for doing that. So yeah. It's definitely not, like, super balanced well. Let's
Pichu.
move to Pichu. Let's move this point. And, like, that's fine to have a mod like that, but one of their marketing goals was to not have, like, really whack balance. Because they made fun of PM's balance in their own video. And that, like, kind of pissed a lot of people off. So Pichu is actually another character that people really liked. Essentially, it is like a completely different character. Spacey inspired, has a shine. Yeah, that's a shine. A really cracked character, I think, if you got really good with Pichu. Very interesting changes. Did they make Pichu bigger? Maybe they did. I don't know. Maybe not. But that's a new back air. You saw me hit with it a couple times. Down tilt. Really fast. The melee sweeping was there too. Oh yeah, up smash is strong. Yeah, Pichu just kind of became a top tier. And yeah, he has a shine. Yeah, there's. I think there's been some mods that have given Pichu a shine. Oh, does that stun? Or with a lot? That stuns a lot. And he's fast as well, so really good projectile. T. Yeah, it is a little bit of a trope. I won't lie. A lot of mods, like King K. Rool has a shine in H2R, which I always thought that was funny. It's not really a hot take. I kind of agree. Not every character. Yeah, HDR did give a couple characters shines. I think Fleur has more destroy and definitely has a lot more lag. It's less laggy. Ooh, yeah. So there's Pichu.
Zelda.
I forgot she has a different model. Really cool skins. She was basically instantly a top tier character. She's in the same umbrella as Dr. Mario and Mario, where like very popular character. Ooh, yeah. So Zach from the States. What's up? What's up, bro? Ooh. So you can notice right away, Zelda has a lot less lag on her moves. Like, look at her lightning kicks. You can spam 2 out of like 1 jump. Normally, those moves are really risky. They have a lot less lag. And this like pretty much made her an extremely good character.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Do you guys remember 3.0 Dinsfire? This is like kind of reminds me of that. Not 3.0, but like, was it 2.6, 2.0? Around then. There was a version of Dinsfire in old PM builds that would like be a mine, and it was extremely fast. Yeah, this is nuts. This was like where the bounce kind of goes out the window. Because Zelda was extremely good, and she kills like, holy fuck, dude. Zelda has no disadvantages if you get She does kill you, though. I know. I would have mained this character, honestly. This is like a stupid character. I would have, like, I like Zelda and PM, so I would have naturally, like, just fucking cooked with this beast. Because she's one of the best characters, I think, if not the best character in the game, is Zelda. And it's, yeah, she kills with a fucking up smash. That move would not have healed the melee. That move sucks ass. Yeah. She doesn't have down B, so I guess that's the one way to balance her. You can't transform into Sheik, but who cares? This character is fucking good. Maybe they should have gave her a shine. Look at her jab, bro. Oh my god. And that sends at a juke like that. I would have hit with a forward air easily there if that was not at that percent. I want to play her again just to show you guys like what the fuck was going on there, man. That character, easily one of the best. So you can kind of see what I'm talking about. What the fuck is that? Is there like a? It looked. I was like, did I misfire with fucking forward air? It hit like really hard. Dude, Fair is like goofy. And I'm not like a pro, bro. Like I'm not like you know what I mean. Like I'm just fucking around. I know this is a stupid Mario CPU, but you think? Yeah, most of her moves are not multi hits. She has a new down air. Holy shit! How much percent did that do? Oh my god. She has a new down air. I mean, I like the animation, but that would need to be toned down. It hits hard. Damage, god. She was the best character in the game. You can pretty obviously tell by like how fast her moveset is. Why does the F throw send it? Because it does. Okay, that's why. But this is what I mean. Like this mod got cooked for like balancing characters that way. So let's look at the opposite end of the spectrum, in my opinion. This was my least favorite character. I don't know why Ness is like this. I did not like it, and this was like one of my things that just like ticked me off with this mod, was just how Ness was balanced. I'll just kind of let it speak for itself. Now Ness is the same tier of as Zelda, by the way, so like in my opinion, Ness, like, you gotta, like, keep that in mind when you're balancing him. He's, like, okay. There's, there's lag reductions on some of his moves. But, oh shit. Still have a risky B. Ultimate side B. So PK Fire is actually pretty bad. It's not ultimate side B. So PK Fire immediately disappears on hit, which is like okay, but I don't like it from a bounce standpoint because PK Fire was really fucking bad. Yeah. There's like no like I don't know why, like it's just the move basically like it's the opposite of what it should do, in my opinion, which it should hold people in place. Because that's what PK Fire does. Let me go at a stage that's like less laggy.
Ready?
Okay.
Go!
So see how like quick it is? It's so quick you're not going to be able to like properly get a confirm off of it. And it does like no percent, no damage. What is your name? It would have been this character. Yeah, he does have a map, sort of. It kind of guides him downward. It's a very different idea, but I don't like the fact that it's just not a regular mag. It basically sends him downward, and the hit comes out a lot later. I mean, it's like different. They clearly were like thinking up of like a potentially interesting idea. I mean, it with his aerial drift, you would use this move and hopefully get a hit off of it. But it just, I don't think he was like hooked up at this point. Thank God that move kills, because in fucking Melee, that move would not kill. So they did do that. I just don't think Ness was like really that good. Lucas down B, kind of, yeah. I thought Ness was like one of the worst characters in the game. I feel like if there was a demo 3, he would have been a lot better. But the thing I disagree with the most is PK Fire, like, just... Like, it's a lot faster, but, like, no one's gonna use PK Fire with how laggy it is. No one's gonna spam it like this. And there's, like, no hit stun on it. Look at Mario is, like, in front of me and it does nothing. So this... I don't know. I just don't like that. I don't like that change. PK Fire doesn't need to be that shitty, in my opinion. So aerial down B, or side B, yeah, so we have that. It's just as quick, but I don't know, in my opinion, that's just not how, like... I get what, like, the movie they was trying to go, but it's just like, ugh. I want all your videos to be about bullying Ness, yeah. I played a lot of Ness, so I'm, like, naturally gonna have an opinion on him. I forgot Mewtwo, let's do Mewtwo. Like, I feel like this mod, if it got an update, like, you could have obviously just fixed the things with Ness, but like, comparing him versus Zelda is, like, kind of just, like, silly in my opinion, because Zelda was so fucking good. Okay. So Mewtwo has a lot of the, like, kind of PM style stuff, I think, where it's just, like, he's a lot faster, his moves have less lag. Nair is a really good move. And pretty much every version of Mewtwo, I feel like Nair is, like, an integral part of his moveset. No float, no. I think that's hard to program on Melee's system. There's no float. I mean, it would be cool. But like I said, this mod was like very... Like, for the time that it came out, it was like very big for Melee's modding scene. It was like... There was no mod like this at the time. And even to this day, there's really not too many mods that do what they did to this mod. To Melee specifically. Whee! So Shadow Mewtwo is basically like a completely different character, and this is Mewtwo from Pokken Fighters. This is Shadow Mewtwo from the Wii U Pokken Fighter, which is pretty cool. Like as far as like an idea goes, like you can kind of make a really cool moveset out of this. Fuck it, let's do... Yeah, there's no Kirby. Yeah, Kirby did. So Mewtwo, Shadow Mewtwo, it's important to have his HUD, have the HUD on, because you can see that he has a meter. He's the only character in the game that has a meter, and then you essentially get different moves when your meter is full. So right now this is like kind of the similar Mewtwo stuff. So forward smash, down smash, forward smash, up smash. He has a different voice too. It's like a deeper, yeah, a meter. I kind of want to go over. Let's go over the basic stuff first. Yeah, he's still, you know, has some similar Mewtwo stuff. That type of Mewtwo combo would work. Down throw forward air. His forward air is, it's like kind of like a blade. I like it. And then that's his up air. So these were all like hand created. Like I actually like that, like kind of vibe. Here's up air. That comes out really fast. Yeah, he's beefy. I mean, this is Mewtwo, but he killed him at 105. See, back air is that. I like that animation. And then Nair is kind of like Mewtwo's Nair, but it only hits once. I still think this is a really good move. And then that's his up B. Okay, interesting. So his meter goes away too when he dies. Back throw. Let's see forward throw. Interesting. And then let's see down air. Yeah, down air is like Mewtwo down air. And then let's see neutral B is a really weird move. But I think that's also a reference to Pokken fighters. I don't know if I could get that to work. It's pretty hard to... I want to try. There you go. Does some shit. It's really cool. I think that's a fist animation. Maybe if he gets close. Yeah, there you go. You get that. It like appears. It's like a little meter and appears on stage. It's kind of hard to like make it stop, but it's like very intriguing as a move. I think the super variant of that move is better. And then he has like sort of like a short Firefox. It's a multi-hit Firefox. Interesting. Oop. It's okay. What's side B? Ooh, okay, Command Grab. Oh wow, so you can transform out of it. So if you hit down B, that's how you transform into it. Down B does nothing when you don't have it. I mean, honestly, he doesn't even fucking need it. I thought he got like different attacks. Maybe I'm wrong. Okay, so now we have it again. Ah! Oh wow, he had a lot of hits then. Okay, next character. Again, he's a little unbalanced. He's like Mewtwo, but a little more cracked. But whatever. That's basically a lot of characters in this fucking mod. They're a little bit more cracked. Raichu, I thought was a really cool concept. If you don't know, like a test build, they said they wanted to like try out making Raichu for PM, and that never happened, obviously. But their idea for what Raichu was essentially Pikachu with Ganon, and that essentially was Raichu in Beyond Melee. It was like Pikachu plus Ganon, and I really like Raichu in this mod. His voice was pretty annoying. I think that was like the number one complaint aspect. The voice was kind of had its a character of its own, but just like the fact that like he's slow, hits hard, and he has like the Thunder Jolt up B that Pikachu has, but it only goes once. And this again was the same exact idea. This is why I don't know. I'm like, did he know? Did this dev behind this Raichu know that this other like kind of dev in PM had the same idea? But he said like, oh, like when I interviewed the dev, he said, oh, one Thunder Jolt, and then Beyond Melee did the same thing. I was like, whoa, what the fuck? Like everything that they kind of mentioned was like something that this version of Raichu kind of had, and Raichu has a lot of range. Like he's this is like kind of like a version of Pichu that's like the opposite of Pikachu. So Pikachu kind of has a range problem at times, but Raichu, like this is his upper. It's a like crazy amount of coverage. I personally like. I found him really fun to play. Maybe like again, balance aside for all these characters, that they have a level of charm that I think you don't see in a lot of mods. Like I like, I even like this. I like all the screaming and like I like it, you know. And this is up tilt, forward tilt is like a swipe, can be angled, down tilt has a sweet spot. Raichu has sweet spots on a lot of their attacks. I can't believe Beyond Melee was still from PM. I'm not saying they stole that Raichu idea from PM, but I found it really ironic when I played Beyond Melee and I was like, there's no fucking way. Like they literally chose the same ideas of when I talked to the PM dev, like around that time or a couple years before. I don't fucking know. It was around that time. But I talked to him and he said, oh yeah, I want Raichu to, I wanted him to be like Ganon and Pikachu put together, and he said the Thunder Jolt thing and that type of thing. Like, he said the slow up B that was over 1, and I was like, oh my god, this is like the same fucking thing. I was like, what? Similar minds, I guess, but there's a lot of like really cool like animations. Like that's wow, that's forward throw. Like, they didn't have to go this hard, honestly, on the animations. This is my favorite aspect of the mod is these, like, the group of characters they had in the first update. This is Nair. It's a single hit Nair. A lot of characters have that in Beyond Melee. Down air, like, look how fucking vicious this looks. This is like the most vicious down air I've ever seen in my life, guys. Look at how much range. Like, Pikachu would love that down air. And it meteors on the way down. If you hit with it, again, if you sweet spot with it, I like that. And then he does have a Thunder Jolt. It's smaller than Pikachu's, but it's slower, and it's actually sends Pikachu towards Raichu, which is very good. It sends the opponent towards Raichu. Let's boot up another one because it's fun to talk about these characters, man. They have a lot of weird quirks that no one really talks about because, again, the mod is dead. But like, the animations are pretty well made for, like, again, a Melee mod that had just came out of nowhere at the time. Yeah, and I like just the screaming was annoying and stuff, but I do like where they were kind of going with this. I think this was like the most, and it has one hit jab, like that's just like Ganon. Like, I wasn't lying, you know, when I was comparing it. That's up smash. It hits hard. It's like a Shoryuken down smash, kind of like a Wario down smash. Oh, Wario mention? No Wario in this mod, actually, surprisingly. That's forward smash. Like, really interesting voice lines. I know people hated them, but let's see side B. Oh, wow. Ooh. I think this was a reference to the anime. Oh, wow. So, if you don't know, I think a similar thing, like some of the ideas are like taken from the anime. I think that might be one. It's either that or down smash. I think it was side B or down smash. It does look like K-Rool. You're right, that might be K-Rool down smash. But, and you know, in the anime when like Raichu falls on Pikachu, like I think they like use that for some of the ideas, like some anime references here and there. That's my guess. I don't know. But this side B, if he runs into you, I'm sorry, if he runs off stage, he kind of has like he just kind of leaps off stage. He side B's off stage, and then he can up B out of that. I don't know if that's the best off stage, but maybe you can do something out of it. Maybe that was the idea, or maybe I'm really bad at it. Alright, let's do Faye. Any Faye fans in chat? I won't forget Wolf. We'll circle back to Wolf. The new characters first, and then Wolf. By the way, if you guys are just coming through, hit the like button, and there's a Discord down below. Thank you guys. You guys are the best. So Faye is from Star Fox 2. Star Fox 2, for those who don't know, that game was canceled a long time ago, and it was basically lost media until Nintendo decided to release it, like for that SNES bundle, and they put Star Fox 2 in it. It was actually completely done as a game. It was completely 100% complete, and Faye was in it. It basically was lost media for a long time. Faye is here as a character, is like kind of a deep cut. She is actually pretty cool. Again, like a little weird for like what they were going for, but I actually, like, once you kind of play around with her, she's actually got some pretty interesting tools. Her forward air, this is Fox's forward air from 64. This was intentional. They wanted some similarities to like 64 Fox. The gun as well, I think, is also sort of inspired by that. It's a single shot, and Fox kind of has a similar vibe. So Fair is like a kill move off stage, really strong attack. And then she has, for her other moves, like back air and down air, she has a giant gun. I don't know what the inspiration was for the giant gun, but it essentially makes her feel extremely different. So she does have like Fox down smash, but it sends directly upward. Do you guys see that? No other down smash does that. It's very kind of weird, but At least no other spacey down smash does that. So again, it's similar to like Raichu, where like there's like some clone ideas here, and you can see where they got the base from. They got it from Fox, but Fox and Falco. And her Nair has a lot of range. I actually think it might have more range than Fox, maybe? I don't know. We'll have to see. But she's a big character model, which is... That's a good Nair. Let's see the throws. That's a really good combo throw. Sends behind her. Down tilt is the same. Sends away. Forward tilt is a kick. Let's see the other throws. That's a new throw animation. That's forward throw, back throw. Both new animations. Down throw. She has 3 clones in this mod. I know. Or Fox has 3 clones, yeah. Wolf and Wolf, Falco, and Faye. And low-key, like, they're not really done. Like Fox clones are not really done that much. And I actually think it's a shame. Like, I would really like Slippy. There is another part of her that I'm not showing. I will show it. Hold on. This is a forward smash. Or forward smash. Up smash. I think up smash is like, it sends away. So it's definitely not... I don't know how strong it is compared to like Fox's. And it probably is as strong as Fox's. Okay, so this is down B. It literally shoots at the ground, and it's a giant piece of weaponry. Here's it in action. It's like essentially like an offstage kill move, but it's actually kind of cool. It literally is like a RPG. And Star Fox, like a lot of Star Fox, I think Crystal might use this weapon in the future Star Fox games. I can't remember. I could have sworn it was like art of her having a gun like that. And then here is the shine. It sends up. Snake forward smash, kind of, but like an offstage snake forward smash. Special move. Shine is green and it like sends up. Okay, so she can kill with up smash. And she has the same multi-hit as she has the same jab animation as Fox. So really, like, kind of intriguing character. The more interesting aspects are obviously the differences, like this giant gun being swung as her back air. This gives her a lot of range with her back air. So some of her moves, like, legitimately, like, you know, the big gun ones, like, kind of give her really interesting moves to kind of spam in neutral. This move has a small hitbox, but you're supposed to like hit up close with it. Come on now. There you go. Okay, the most fun aspect of her that I kept you waiting, huh? Oh, she has a different idle animation. That's cool. Fuck you, Fox. Okay, if you notice, look at the HUD. She has a gun, right? She has a gun on her HUD. Oh yeah, here's her up B before we show... Yeah, you guys forgot too. This is her up B. It's a really weird... Like, some people... I remember when they first saw this, they're like, what the fuck? How is that a Firefox? It has a hitbox on it. Like, she has other options and to recover. So, like, shooting the ground and shooting the stage and, like, bouncing off the stage. So people were like, oh, she shouldn't have, like, a crazy recovery then. So that's why they kind of went with this like very short Firefox, because like people are like, oh, you could use this to hit the stage and bounce off of it. I don't know, it's kind of weird, but whatever. I guess it's still interesting to have like maybe like a character that has a really weak Firefox distance wise. This gun right here, and this is a very good tool. This is the most like crazy part about her is this right here is you obviously can't be up close with it. But if you're far away, it can snipe off stage. It's actually really cool. It has the super scope sound effects. I really like this. Not everybody thought it was like the most balanced thing, but it's pretty fun to use, I'm not gonna lie. So that's why she is the way she is. You're supposed to like be able to like kind of use... So Skull Kid is basically really interesting. He is a
a rushdown character, very fast moves. Some people like really liked his moveset or they hated it. Like it was like no in between. And mainly like some people just thought it was a little weird and jerky here and there. I actually was like really like the idea of like Skull Kid being playable was really cool. And I actually liked some of the like the animations are actually really well made and they fit. Like this is back throw that really fits like Skull Kid stylistically. Back air is kind of like Mewtwo back air, Shadow Mewtwo back air. A lot of knockback. His moves are really fast, so like he can use multiple moves out of like a jump. His wave dash is also good, so he has really good movement. And I think it's important to know his movement because it was like part of his archetype. I think that's spiked off stage, probably. Forward air is a double kick move, back air, and then nair is a spinning attack. You could link that off stage into like forward air or back air. That's up tilt, forward tilt. Down tilt is the kick attack. Hits at an away angle. And then here is his neutral B. So it's the orb attack from the games. And it's basically like a mine. It's kind of weird. I don't think a lot of people use it. And it does have a lot of cooldown, I guess. Yeah, I can't use it again. I'm like spamming it. It's pretty hard to use. I don't know if I'm missing something or what. Yeah, I feel like this move would need to be changed. It's really hard to communicate to the player what the fuck he's trying to do with this. Okay, shoot it. Okay, I don't know. I'm lost. Whatever, fuck that move. And then we have side B. This is obviously a reference to Majora's Mask. It's a teleport. Oh, at the very beginning. Okay, there it is. And then there's up B. Up B is another teleport. You don't have as much range on where you kind of land. Like, there's not a lot of aerial drift out of it. Or drift out of it in general. It sort of just, like, kind of locks you upward. Forward smash is a vine attack. There's up smash right here. And then here's down smash. Down smash, I think, is pretty good. I do think this character, even though like some people, you know, might not like him, I actually do think like there was a lot of cool stuff here. Oh, there you can put the mine on the ground. Okay. Yeah, I don't know. Some of that, the aspects of that character, like the fact that I like kind of trouble remembering it, like kind of tells me that some parts are like hard to translate. I like the laughing. Very strong character though. Like his normals and everything are good. Wolf was pretty good. This Wolf mod that was going around at the time, it was actually very well received. This might have some differences compared to it, but it's very similar to it. But you can see that like this type of Wolf mod, there's a little bit of like, you know, melee Fox obviously, and also there's like their own kind of spin on Wolf too. On some of the moves. Short B. Fox up smash. Wolf down smash from ultimate. Forward smash. Here's his throws. That's definitely a combo throw. Yeah, there's some Wolf. Some ultimate stuff. Then he's got side B. Wolf side B. We know this shit. He's got Shine. Yeah, this character was good. It's Wolf at the end of the day. It's Wolf in melee. And then obviously he's got his like iconic laser. Oh! Oh yeah! Really cool fucking voice. Essentially, Wolf was like pretty well received. I think that's a new down tilt. I don't remember Wolf having that. Fox up tilt. So after the first demo released, they pretty much decided to roll with the next one. And they put out not Metal Sonic. They put out MetaKnight and Sonic. So at the time, you would have thought that would be like a really big kind of thing to celebrate. But people did not really care as much. I mean, I think Sonic, looking back, actually could have had like more of a fanfare for them being in Melee. It was the first time I think someone ever did it in a modded form, was beyond Melee. But looking back, I think people wanted a little bit more. And that was kind of the, Meta Knight got killed. He definitely did. They were worried about him being broken. Because Meta Knight tends to be broken. Yeah, so he is kind of slow and jerky. Like, he doesn't have a lot of range. That move is an example of it. Where was he on the tier list exactly? People like kind of have... Was he at the bottom? I actually think this is like a good proof of concept, but considering there was a lot of broken stuff in this game, maybe it just wasn't that much compared to it. I don't know. And he does look like the trophy of Meta Knight that exists in Melee, which I think that was like a good idea. Pretty much Meta Knight though is here. I think that might have a hitbox near the end, maybe. Oh, the beginning of it. You got back air, ultimate back air, down air. Up air. He's got ultimate up B. Side B. Multi-hit move. Interesting. So, it's a decent start, but yeah, he's not he feels a lot slower, not as not as precise as probably he is in other variants of the character. But I think they were really worried about him being broken, so that probably explains their idea behind nerfing Meta Knight, I guess. I will say, though, it is a very honest version of the character. Pun intended, oh. Alright, now time for Sonic.
The grand finale. Survival.
So here's Sonic. The very first mod Sonic was ever included in Melee was actually Beyond Melee with a fully functional moveset. And that was pretty interesting for the time, and I think even now to this day, I think it's, there's some things you could probably look at this mod for and see how they kind of made Sonic a little bit different from the other mods that were out at the time. This version of homing attack has a reticle near where Sonic is aiming. Still has spring as up B. Pretty decent amount of drift out of it. Oh, and you can act out of it too. That's pretty good. Wow. Was Sonic good in this game? Maybe he was. I always thought this move was kind of weird. What's up, Miko? What's good, man? Yeah, I always thought Sonic was kind of a little jerky here and there. This was a good idea for recovery. This is side B. This is a reference to Adventure. Adventure 1 and 2, I think. Yeah, obviously he's got different aerials. This is forward air. That's up air. The weak hits on them are very weak, but the strong hits are strong. So there's a strong hit of that move. I do love that forward air. So that's technically a PM thing, also Sonic Battle. Then there's the dive kick that would normally send him downward, but he can actually... It would normally be like a dive kick in Ultimate, but it doesn't do that in this game, so you can use it as a spiking tool. His down smash, again, very kind of PM inspired. Hard for them not to do that at that point, I guess. Forward smash, up smash. This was like kind of a new idea. It's very weak. Have you heard of an AI character called Tongue? No, I haven't. That's neutral air? Wee. This was also a pretty interesting idea, but I know a lot of other mods are kind of doing moves like that. Like, there was like a pretty decent start here, I think, for Sonic, and maybe people would have cared more. I don't know if there was a little bit more fanfare, but it kind of just got lost in the sauce. Other people kind of made, I think, better versions of Sonic, but I don't know, maybe it's the color of the model. I don't really know what exactly. I mean, it is kind of what he looks like back in the day. Here's dash attack. Why you live private, Zach, after the stream? What does that mean? Forward, yeah, forward throw, back throw. I'm sorry, that was up throw. Back throw. Oh no, Sonic. What's up, Monty? What's good, man? Yeah, we're playing Sonic. What do you guys have? Like, what are your guys' opinions on Sonic? Like, if you had to say anything about him, I praised it because I thought some of these moves were like cool. It is a little bit slower, I think, but maybe that was like what their idea of balancing him was. But he does, like, there's some aspects of him I think are decent, but then there's some aspects where I'm like, I don't know, I'm kind of split. Sonic speed. But yeah, that was basically Beyond Melee. They released the version of MonteRicard and Sonic, and that's basically it on as far as like where the mod has gone. I don't know if they really wanted to. I know they've probably worked on, like, I don't know if you can tell, there's like silhouettes of other characters. I think you can tell one is Luigi, one is Yoshi. I don't know, I think probably Kirby on the bottom. One is definitely Kirby. I don't know who the one next to Ness is. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know who the one next to Ness is, but I can tell Luigi, Yoshi, Kirby, we're probably down the road. They are planning a final update. Yes, I've heard that. That's one developer that's planning on creating an update after this. We'll see. It's just one guy, though. That's the thing. One guy. Balance aside, I think the new characters were the most fun aspect, and it was like the aspect that I think was, if they, you know, changed their marketing, maybe there would have been more people playing it to this day, or like, I don't know. I don't know. That's my 2 cents. I think the marketing kind of killed the mod, though. They're probably trying to make Kirby a much better Melee version. I would hope so. And I don't know. Were they working on other new characters? Maybe. Who fucking knows? I mean, when they dropped this kind of out of nowhere, I feel like that was like the biggest part of the mod, where that was when everyone was talking about it. But yeah, that's Beyond Melee. That's all the new characters. Will they have an update? I don't know. What do you guys think? Who knows? If you don't know anything about Beyond Melee, they came out, I want to say it was like during lockdown, and everybody was talking about it. Like, it was like the hot new mod that was out at the time. And yeah, seriously. If you guys are just coming through, by the way, there's a Discord down below. Yeah, so people wonder about, is Beyond Melee still around? Is it like, what happened to Beyond Melee? And I've heard 2 answers. The first one would be the fact that they definitely disbanded. It's not the same team working on the mod anymore. The mod is essentially dead, but I will say there is one silver lining. They sold P+'s assets. Yeah, so we will talk in the controversy. We will talk about the controversy because it's 100% important to like kind of how the community viewed them. The content of the mod is good. It's just the way they marketed it was horrible. And you gotta like kind of take the marketing seriously, or at least to a point where you can't like shit on your audience, which is kind of what Beyond Melee did. They basically took a jab at P+, and it was kind of like, why? Like, what's the point? Essentially, they released a trailer, I'm pretty sure, and in the trailer they mentioned that their balance was going to be better than PM's balance, and they mentioned that it was like a small jab, but they mentioned that like they weren't gonna have like PM Wario level balance problems, which in my opinion is kind of a weird thing to say, because it's like, one, PM Wario is not like an unbalanced character. Like, sure, he's good, he's a good character, I'm not gonna say he's not a good character, but like, I'm trying to think of like the times PM Wario has been like fucking awfully broken, and it's like, no, if you're gonna make a jab at PM, maybe you jab at the early builds where like 3.0 Mewtwo, if you don't know, that was the most broken version of PM, was 3.0, and that was, every character had broken stuff, every character. So if you're gonna take a jab at PM, maybe that's the route you go. But in my opinion, man, that was like really low, because it didn't make really that much sense, and it didn't have a lot of evidence anymore, because PM has kind of grown to a point where it's not like what it used to be. It's not the old days where PM essentially had balance problems, and it was pretty much known as like people would make fun of how unbalanced and silly it was at times. And like, you know, I've heard people, a lot of the Melee players of the time, or back in the day at least, they would say like how unbalanced PM kind of was, but over time it became actually the complete opposite. It's like one of the most balanced mods you can play now, and I really mean that seriously. Like, it is a very tight-knit cast. Honestly, bro, no one's really complaining about Wario. Like, yes, he was like arguably like top 6, maybe. You know, it was like obviously there was tournaments where he was winning. You know, duh. I'm probably assuming that's what he meant by we're not having broken characters like Wario. And his playstyle, Wario's playstyle is kind of like Puff, but he's like better. So I can see why people would hate that. But I thought it was a low blow, considering PM basically was a building block spiritually for Beyond Melee. Like, I think a lot of mods would not exist without PM, straight up. I mean, Rex would not exist. So many other mods would not exist. So shitting on PM is like shitting on your audience. And it's like, okay, bro. Here's the thing, though. They forgot Mewtwo existed. But here's the thing, bro. Like, if you're going to say, okay, we have better balance than PM, what do you think your expectations are going to be as a fan? This better be the most balanced mod I've ever played in my life. And turns out it was kind of the opposite. This mod is actually not that balanced. In fact, it's pretty much, Beyond Melee is kind of plagued with balance issues. And so their little jab at PM was kind of like a knife in the back of their fucking back. Like, it just killed that. It slowly made them kind of bleed out dry. And eventually people started giving a fuck about the mod. They added Sonic, no one really cared. You know, they added a bunch of characters in there after like their big update, and people really didn't really care at that point, because the mod went through so many controversies. Another PM controversy is they had their little jab at PM, and everyone was like, fuck. Everyone was basically like, F you to Beyond Melee. Like, I remember some big commentators, turned out they were using PM assets, and that's like a big thing that I know you guys probably know in chat is. And here's the thing, dude. Most people would not give a fuck. If they just took Roy's back air and they said PM was like the best mod of all time, like, no one would have cared. But it was the fact that, you know, like, people have taken assets from P Plus and put them in their own mods and maybe done their own spins on them. Like, HDR has done that with plenty of characters that were in P Plus. So taking Roy's back air, which is a good animation, I'm not gonna lie, like, it's a good move. The Beyond Melee situation is crazy. Well, here's the thing. Honestly, if you took the Roy's back air and you praised, like, you didn't shit on PM, no one would have cared. Like, it's the fact that they dunked on PM and they're like, we have better balance than them. But they also took, like, Roy's back air and a couple other... I think it might have been a couple other stuff they took from P+. But they also, like, took a stage mod that they didn't have permission to take. So that also made them look bad. And again, I think, like, those situations would have been handled better if they didn't have this sort of elitist mentality when they marketed their mod. And I think if you guys want to learn anything from, like, game design or marketing, don't market your shit by like shitting on your target audience. Don't market your game by saying, "Oh, we're better than this." Like, if you're gonna really do that, you better have like the best mod ever. Like, and don't get me wrong, they had a good mod in my opinion. The best part of Beyond Melee is actually the new characters. I always thought was the most interesting aspect of Beyond Melee. The new characters were actually something that people go back to, and they're like I'm not saying they're all balanced, but they all have like something unique about them. Beyond Melee has some interesting design choices, to say the least. I don't like being negative towards mods because they're fun projects at the end of the day. Yeah, but exactly. Like, I will give credit where credit is due to Beyond Melee. The best part of it was the new characters. What did they do with MonteRicard? Yeah, they added in characters after the big update. The big update they had a huge cast of brand new characters, and they were pretty pretty intriguing from a mod standpoint, because this mod just like came out of nowhere, and it just like was like, oh, there's Faye in the game, there's Skull Kid, and like there wasn't versions of these characters existing in any other mod. They're like completely brand new characters. So they had some pretty cool ideas for at least the new characters. And then some of the I don't agree with a lot of the balancing of some of the existing characters. The melee style characters I think were balanced pretty horribly. So like, if this was like a mod where it wasn't trying to sort of be like PM, where it had like changes to the pre-existing characters' movesets, which in my opinion, those were like the most unbalanced aspects of the mod. And if it just had the new characters, maybe people would have been nicer to it. I don't know. Apparently they didn't get clearance to put that stage in the mod. I think it's still in there to this day, but they didn't get like credit, or they didn't give credit to the person who made this, I guess. But all the kind of bad press they were getting was definitely hurting the mod. I don't get why every new character is a rushdown character. Like, why is Skull Kid a rushdown? I would have expected him to be floaty, kind of like Mewtwo. I'm kind of just glad that Skull Kid was in the game, at least in some form. I think that was like the most fun aspect, was like the new characters, and they weren't the pre-existing characters. I think were balanced a lot worse. And yeah, that's why the character select screen, there's also some characters that just weren't fully complete at that point. Really interesting moveset for, like, again, this was just like out of nowhere. Like, they just had a mod full of like really interesting movesets that, in my opinion, were really cool, and they haven't been like done at that point in a mod, even in a modded form. So that was Skull Kid. I don't think there was really a proper Skull Kid moveset until I feel like Beyond Melee, in my opinion. There might have been some before that, but I think this was like the biggest one to have Skull Kid. And this was really cool. Yeah, animated from scratch. Duh, right? It's a mod. Not everything's gonna be perfect, but like when you kind of have this elitist marketing material and like, oh yeah, we're better. We're not gonna have PM balance. People are like, okay, let's see the big guns then. And you know, I'm expecting this thing to have pristine balance. And in my opinion, like you're battling PM's balance, which is like at this point, it's one of the most balanced Smash games right now. I think it's one of the most balanced mods and Smash games, but it just seems kind of uncalled for to shit on what also is your expected audience. Like, those people all played PM, and you want to kind of dunk on them. Like, they did a lot of big things for the modding scene, and now just brawl modding. But I know like Beyond Melee is like one of the biggest melee mods, but I don't think they would exist if in the same form without PM. So that's just my 2 cents. But I will say, negative stuff aside and controversies aside, I think this was like a good start. I think this was like, you know, that there was just like a ragtag group of guys and they made this. The new characters are pretty cool.